Woo! Welcome, y'all. The Boxing Bookie. Oh, having some technical issues there. Sorry, y'all. The Boxing Bookie is here. Another one. Told y'all we were gonna go 6-0. 6-0. Sorry about that. Come on back, guys. Come on back. The Boxing Bookie is here. The Boxing Bookie got you paid big time this weekend. Had one success story. Some guy made 50,000 on a parlay that he hit because I told him to. He got Munguia on the over. He took Gayatso and Fogum in a three-way on today's card. So shout out. Let me get the guy's name. Let me get the guy's name. I want to give him a big shout out. His name is Carlos Brown. He's C Brown Muscles on Instagram. He hit me up. He won 50 grand today on a three-way parlay. He's some kind of weightlifter, absolutely tremendously jacked. So that guy made 50 grand because of the Boxing Bookie. So these are success stories. Now, results may vary, and I don't want to say that 50 grand is normal, that everyone is going to make 50 grand, but that is what's possible. That is what's possible. I'm going to try to hang on. I'm going to try to send this to myself. Guys, come on in. Join the Boxing Bookie. Everyone bleed on in. Everyone leak on in. Let me know when you are here. Like I said, we had the Boxing Bookie got let someone win 50 grand today. I'm gonna try to post this here, see if I can see what I can do. Just give me 1 minute. And I want to just pose this out there. Just put this out there. Does anyone think that Munguia is ready for Canelo? Is anyone gonna be that bold? What's up, y'all? Everyone, roll on in. Boom, boom, boom. Roll on in. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? I'm getting tortured this month. I'm down like 2 grand. Ryan, why aren't you following the Boxing Bookie? I killed it for y'all this week. This was one of the best weeks. Did you take Ryder? Did you put money on Ryder? I want to show y'all how I hooked this guy up. Hang on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm just doing something. Does anyone think that Munguia has anything for Canelo? And did Munguia look so good that Canelo doesn't want any of that smoke? Let me just do this real quick. All right. Let me hop back in here. All right. Got some people rolling in. I bet our Ryder like a dumbass. See, here's my problem. And I don't think it's a dumbass thing, but here's my concern. Ryder wasn't going to knock him out. Do we agree on that? And then my concern was that can Ryder get a decision, right? That seemed unlikely to me that Ryder could get a decision. So, like, how is he going to win? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think it was impossible for, like, I don't think it's like a one-sided beatdown or anything like that. I just don't know how he was going to win. Right? Because he's not getting a decision over a Golden Boy fighter on a Golden Boy card. And that was my hesitancy on Ryder. I didn't think that Homeboy would look this good. I really, really didn't. But, he did. And I'm trying to get this up here. Colton Miller, happy Saturday, man. Happy Saturday. This is what I wanted to share with y'all. Is this it? No. Where is it? No, that's not it. This ain't working. Forget it. It ain't working for me. But I had a guy that made 50 grand today. I had a guy, a fan of the show, a guy that follows me, make 50 grand on a three-way parlay. Let me see if I can do it this way. Let me see. Let me see if I can do it this way. Hang on one second. If Carlos Brown is here, come give me. Yeah, I'm trying to post his ticket. Hang on. Virtual background. I'm gonna try to do it like this. I can't figure out how to do it any other way. It ain't gonna work either. Oh well. Oh well. He sent me here. I'll just show y'all the ticket like this. Yeah, 50 grand this guy made. Oh, y'all can't see that either. But this ain't working out. Can y'all? No, ain't gonna work. No, that ain't gonna work. Can y'all see that? He made 50 grand. Can't see that. Oh well. Yeah, Colton Mill, let me pout real quick while you're talking about. I didn't make the 50 grand. I haven't gambled in 7 years. I had a serious gambling problem. I don't make a bet anymore. So this is kind of an outlet for me because I love sports betting so much, but I don't bet anymore. It ain't my 50 grand. If you know a dude named Carlos Brown, whose muscles Carlos Brown on Instagram, tremendously jacked weightlifter, bodybuilder guy. He's the one that made the 50 grand on my three-way parlay. It was Collazo on the money line, Fulgham on the money line, and over 7.5. And he just made it to over 7.5 on the Ryder fight, which went about 8.5 on the Ryder Munguia fight. And that's what he hit. I'm telling you guys, I know a thing or two about making money. I just wish I was as smart now as I was when I was gambling all the time. Yeah. Shout out to Colton Brown, guys. This is what I'm saying. I'm not missing, and look, every once in a while we're gonna miss, but I haven't had a miss in a while. I'm telling you, the odds makers, that the boxing bookies, the one that make boxing odds, don't know what they're looking at. They really, really don't. Like, you can have them. It's worse than college football. Like, everyone chases it in college football, right? They get Middle Tennessee State versus, Alabama, and it's a 50-point, and they want to chase it, right? And it's like, I'm telling you, this is the sport where you can bring down the house. You can consistently make money betting on boxing. The odds makers don't know what they're doing. They're so terrible at it. And I know what I'm doing, and I can show you guys how to make money. Look, follow my Patreon. It's 3D Boxing. I'm going to put the description right below here in the chat in just a minute. I wasn't being a hater. I was just letting you tell us about the 50K winner. That's pretty good. Oh, I know you weren't being a hater, Colin. I know you weren't being a hater. We don't do that in this community, obviously. No, I'm happy for everyone. I'm just it would have been nice if I was the guy that won the 50 grand. Fortunately, I'm a sucker. I'm a loser. No, I had a serious gambling problem. I went to Gamblers Anonymous twice. True story. So what do we think about Munguia, though? I thought, honestly, it was Munguia's best performance at Saddam Ali, and that was like 7 years ago. I was impressed. I'm not one that thinks that highly of Munguia, but he's slowly. The Derevchenko win, we would say Derevchenko's old. Then he got this win. Like, we got to stop saying, well, I got to stop saying, I don't want to put the I don't know what y'all are saying. I got to stop saying that Derevchenko was old and lessening these wins from Munguia. Munguia is arriving. He's like 27, 28 now. He's primed. He's peak. He's still flawed. He still gets hit a ton. He gets hit a ton, but he's a monster, man. He just keeps coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. But I was really thinking this was going to be a Munguia decision. I did too. I bet on Canelo decision versus Canelo was right. That's good because I would have told everyone to take Canelo to stop Ryder, and it looked like that was going to happen. But man, Ryder is tough. Like I honestly feel that Ryder would have made it the distance in this fight too had his corner not stepped, and it's a good thing they did. I'm not saying they shouldn't have, but I felt like Ryder would have taken that beating until the 12th round. So I was thinking about putting my money on Munguia decision. Yeah, I would have. That's how I would have advised you. I would have said take Munguia and the over. If Munguia was going to get a stoppage, it was going to come late. I kind of thought Ryder would have slipped the shots a little better, would have dented him a little more. But Munguia's chin is cast iron too. Like, Munguia is flawed. He's easy to hit. He's slow. He's in front of you. He doesn't move much, but he's good. Like he's a master at what he does, and he's getting there. Like I still don't think he's going to beat Canelo, but he's approaching where he's earned that fight, and he's not getting that fight just because he's Golden Boy's Golden Boy. Apparently not. Feel that, man. I wish the corner would have let Ryder go. He probably, yeah, but like this is still a sport. Like I agree with you, like Colton. Like he probably would have made it to the distance, but what's the point? Like he's getting his brains beaten, he's getting smashed, he's getting dropped. But I think the corner did the right thing. I think the ref did the right thing by letting it go on, right? Like he was responsive, he was fighting back, he was still competitive in the fight. But I think the corner also did the right thing by saying, all right, I'm going to let my fighter live to see another day. Another 3 rounds of that would not have been good for Ryder's brain. That would not have been good for Ryder's brain. Real talk. That would have been a crime in Italy, like my grandma says. My grandma's from Sicily, and anything she doesn't like, that's a crime in Italy. The rest of that card, though, Oscar Collazo, I told you guys he was definitely going to win by stoppage. That guy's an animal. And I don't know who picked up on this. They hadn't gone to the Collazo fight yet. And they already said in the DAZN broadcast that the Munguia fight was going to start in 45 minutes. They hadn't even gone to the Collazo fight yet. Now, I'm not saying it's fixed. But how did they know Collazo was going to knock him out and they were going to start the Munguia fight in 45 minutes? If the Collazo fight, which hadn't started yet, goes the distance, that's 48 minutes. How did they know it wasn't going to go the distance? Just putting it out there. I just wish, Collazo could move up in weight. He's real little. Like, he's short. He's got a little bit of reach, 61-inch reach, right? No, that's real short too. Never mind. That's a 50. That's a O. I don't think he can go up anymore in weight. Like Collazo's just too small. He's 5'2" with a 61-inch reach. That's a 5'1" inch. He's got a negative wingspan. And look, he can fight at 105 and he's going to do great things at 105. Unfortunately, I don't see him making much money because the fights aren't there. Maybe he can go to 108. I don't think he can go to 112. 5'2" and a 61-inch reach is super, super short. Books had Fulgham getting the KO, but Fox withstood the. Yeah, Look, Fulgham's been super active. He fights every, 2 months. He fought just a month and a half ago. He fought on the Ryan Garcia card in Houston. The fatigue is going to get you, right? Like he's constantly in camp. He's constantly cutting weight. That's why I didn't want to touch the knockout. Like I thought it was possible he could stop him, but like he's not a power hitter. He's not super aggressive. He's just been outclassing the guys, beating them up and getting a stoppage. He's not a huge hitter like his record might indicate. He's not. And I think Fulgham's really good. I'm just saying he's not a puncher. He's not a knockout artist. He's not Virgil Ortiz. Like he's not Conor Benn. He's not looking to seek and destroy. So I thought like this could go the distance. And it was a huge step up. Fox is a good fighter. How about the judge that had that fight even? I got to go find the judge's name that had that fight even. And that judge needs to get suspended immediately. We can't have that in this sport. One judge had Fox winning 5 rounds with Fulgham. Someone needs to explain that. Someone like that judge needs to have her license stripped and not be allowed to judge again. She needs more training. She needs more training. Ryan, What were the odds on the three-legged parlay? So it was ooh, well, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Let me see. That really cleans up. Now I can't find it. Now I'm losing my brain. Oh, this guy is no joke. Hang on 1 second. Let me try to find this. I'll send it to you. Ryan, send me a message on Twitter, on X, or on Instagram, or whatever, and I'll send it. Now I'm having trouble. Oh, here it is. It was the total odds were minus 256. It was a $50,000 parlay bet. He took Collazo minus 3,100 on the money line. He took Fulgham minus 1,200 on the money line. Fulgham minus 1,200 on the money line is actually a really good bet. Like, that's not wide enough. And then he took Munguia minus 400. Munguia, Ryder, the over a 7.5. And he hit that. So he hit, and it was total odds were minus 256. Total odds were minus 256. And it was a three-way parlay that he bet 20 grand on and made 70 grand on. So he made 50. That's my guy. We could bring down the house together. Guys, join my Patreon. Join the Patreon. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to give you the lock of the week. You could be the next $50,000 winner, guys. You guys can make $50,000 too. If you want to bet $20,000, you can clear 50, walk away $50,000. That's a year's salary for half the country. Think about that. This guy did that on. Look, I don't recommend betting that. If you don't have $20,000 to lose, don't bet $20,000. But the homeboy did it. I'm happy for him. And don't be shy. You can let the boxing bookie, the one who told you can give him a little taste. I got a family too. Join the Patreon. Just $5. You get all types of perks. You get a free T-shirt. You get the lock of the week. You can ask the boxing bookie to handicap any fight that you want. Maybe I have a handicap that you want me to break down a fight. Like people wanted me to do Collazo, I can do that. You want a scouting report on Collazo, I can do that for you too. And we're making money here. And we make money every single week here on the boxing bookie. And it's really, really getting hot right now. Like this is one of the hottest hot streaks I've ever had. This really is. What'd you guys think of Oscar Collazo? Is this someone we want to see again? Are we going to have interest in the 105-pound weight class? He's getting knockouts. He's hyper aggressive. I hate it when they say the smaller weight classes are boring because that guy's absolutely not boring. I don't really see that at all. I don't see the smaller weight class. Like, does anyone think Bam Rodriguez is a boring fighter? Does anyone think that? He definitely got it done early. Are we interested? Do we want to see Oscar Collazo again? Is that someone we want to see fight again? Or is it like he's 105 pounds and we don't really care? If he weighs less than my wife, I don't want to see him fight, right? But no, Collazo was good. He was like in contention for my prospect of the year, but he won a world title last year. Like he was my prospect of the month in last January, so just 12 months ago. So in 12 months, 13 months, whatever you want to say, he's gone from unknown to a defending world champion. Like he's moved up quickly. Like this is a guy that we should definitely keep our eye on. The only problem is I don't know if there's going to be any appeal. Like if anyone really cares, right? Like he's 105 pounds, but he's super good. It was just a really, really long day of boxing today, wasn't it? There's boxing and there's heavyweight boxing. That's right. There's two types of boxing. I love that saying. There's boxing and there's heavyweight boxing. I honestly rather watch 105 pounders than heavyweights. I know that's like an unpopular thing to say and the ratings, but like I would rather watch Collazo fight CP Freshmart than watch Dillian White fight Derek Chisora. And I don't want to hear this guy doesn't knock anyone out. Like he's knocking people out. Bam Rodriguez knocks people out. You can get knockouts. You're not going to get as many knockouts as you do in heavyweight fights where you got 280 pounders and 260 pounders, but you get knockouts. These guys are good. They can knock each other out. Colton Miller says, I feel that's why women boxing has been getting more popular. Yeah, what do we think about the stoppage in the women's fight? I was okay. I know people are gonna have beef with the stoppage in the Fedora fight, and I'm rooting for Cruz too. I want Cruz to win, but she turns her back and covers up. You're not fighting. You're not in a position where you can fight. You're not in a position where you're protecting yourself. You're in a shell. Like, I don't blame the ref. Like, what are you doing? I got to stop the fight. If you're not going to protect yourself, if Cruz ain't going to fight back, then you got to stop the fight. Like, I felt bad for Cruz. I didn't feel, I thought she was down, but I knew it was close. The judges had it wide. The judges had it wide that she was losing. I didn't see it like that. I thought she was losing, but I thought it was close. The judges didn't see it close. Like, they only gave her like 2 rounds. Colton Mills says, bizarre power in boxing is fun to watch, but so nice technical boxing. Yeah, like that's why I like boxer punchers, guys that can win rounds and box and put a clinic on, and then step it up, slam on the gas, and get you out. Like that's why I was a big fan of Jamel Charlo. Yeah, I love like some guys are boring, like Devin Haney. I don't think it's boring. Shakur Stevenson, I don't think it's boring. You know, Shakur Stevenson, he can step on the gas a little more, but like master class boxing, high speed chess, oh, I dig it. I absolutely love it. Like I would never complain about that. You know, you had the fans booing the Fulgham fight, doing the wave, and then Todd Grisham, the announcer, called it the Mexican wave. I've never heard it called the Mexican wave. It's just the wave. There's no ethnicity or country attached to it, as far as I know. It's just the wave. So I don't really know what that was all about. But I wanted to get back to that. You guys are in here. Does Munguia have a chance with Canelo? I think it's competitive now to a degree. I just can't see him winning or really being that much of a threat. He's still, like, those flaws are still there. Like, if I'm going to say I think Canelo beats Benavidez, then obviously I think Canelo beats Munguia. I can tell you already, I'm taking Usyk on points. I don't see that going any other way. And I've said this since Usyk was a cruiserweight. I've always said Usyk will run the heavyweight division. The only thing that could happen was he gets knocked out, and that happens. Like, Klitschko gets knocked out by Corey Sanders. Right? Lewis gets knocked out by Rockman. Surprise knockouts happen in the heavyweight division because everyone can hit. But outside of freak knockouts, I don't want to call them lucky. I hate calling them. They're not lucky. The guy's trained his whole life to land that punch. But outside of like freak knockouts, Usyk's not losing. I really don't see Usyk losing. Benavidez is more of a absolutely. I 100% agree that Benavidez is more of a threat to Canelo than Munguia is. But if I would pick Canelo to beat both of them. Like I'm in a rare breed here. I'm picking Canelo to beat Benavidez. Now, if you said one of these two guys upset Canelo, which one is it? Obviously, I would bet on Benavidez. Usyk for sure, 100%. 100%. How's Fury gonna beat Usyk? He's gonna outbox him. He's gonna win rounds with him. No, he's not. Like he's got to knock him out. But like he just fought Joshua twice, and Joshua's a bigger hitter than Fury. Joshua couldn't knock him out, so he's not. Yeah, Fury. Yep, I agree as well. Love Fury's rolllessness, but Usyk is gonna solve easy with technical. The speed, the angles, and the volume. He's just a difficult guy to win rounds with. Yes, he's getting a little older, but so is Fury. I don't like Fury fighting at 270, 280 pounds. I really don't like it. I think it takes away from what makes him special. And like Usyk spent most of his career as a cruiserweight. So he's not going to go down as a top 10 heavyweight of all time because he's just not going to have the resume, right? So I'm not saying he's a top 10 heavyweight. What I am saying is there aren't 10 people in the history of the heavyweight division that can beat Usyk. That's what I'm saying. Usyk beats Mike Tyson. He beats Evander Holyfield. He beats George Foreman. He beats most of those guys. There's a couple of names at the top who can beat him. Probably Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, Joe Louis, Ali. That's probably it. Like, that's probably the end of the discussion of guys that could, heavyweights in their prime, that could beat Usyk. But, he's just not going to have that resume because he spent most of his career at cruiserweight. Holyfield had a cruiserweight run, but then spent most of his career at heavyweight. Usyk was the opposite. But if you give me like any of those guys in their prime, outside of Ali, Lewis, Lennox Lewis, and Larry Holmes, besides those four, I'm taking Usyk. I don't care what the other name is. Like, Ali was a great fighter who happened to be a heavyweight. If Ali was 5'10 and 170 pounds, 168 pounds, he'd be a great super middleweight. He's just a great fighter, right? Usyk's of that cloth. Usyk's a great fighter who happens to be a heavyweight. Fury's a great fighter who happens to be a heavyweight. Usyk, Wilder, and Joshua are good heavyweights. There's a difference, right? Like we said, there's two types of boxing: heavyweight boxing and boxing. It doesn't matter what weight class, like what size Usyk is. He's a great fighter. Ali was a great fighter. Holmes was a great fighter. They were great fighters. They could win no matter what size they were. These other guys, like AJ, relies on being big. He's a heavyweight, right? He's got a heavyweight skill set. I'm not degrading him, right? But there's more skilled fighters than AJ. He's mechanical and he's not all that fast, right? Like, he can only fight as a heavyweight. Usyk's skills would translate in any single division. But I want you to I want you to think about that, Cole, and like everybody. How many guys in the history of the heavyweight division do you really think would beat Usyk? Prime Usyk. I just like think about it. Like, if we're choosing sides, who are you taking? Like, this guy's gonna beat Usyk. Not he had a better career, right? We said lots of guys had a better career because Usyk spent more. But like, this is the analogy I make. If we're choosing sides, and you said Joel Embiid in this current version or prime Shaq with the Lakers, I'm taking Embiid. Now, he didn't have a better career than Shaq. Shaq got 5 championships or whatever, 4 championships, right? But I'm taking this version of Embiid is better than any version of Shaq. That's what I'm saying about Usyk. This version of Usyk is better than any version of Foreman. It's better than any version of Ali. It's better, not Ali, than Frazier. Not Ali, scratch that. It's better than any version of Holyfield, Tyson, Foreman, Liston. It's better. This guy is better. Usyk versus Apatani now. Thought, see, that's an interesting one, right? Because Apatani is another guy. This is where Usyk's size advantage, because Apatani is not a big cruiserweight either. Right now, Apatani is younger. I'm still gonna pick Usyk, but if we did that fight at a catchweight, a 215-pound catchweight, Apatani has a chance. I'm still taking Usyk though. Usyk, right? But Apatani is that dude. Apatani is him. He's him. Like, he's good. But I would still lean towards Usyk. That's a good fight, though. Let's do it at a 215-pound catchweight. You got to weigh 215 or less. This is a long day. There's a ton of boxing on today, and it was good, too. Outside, it was good. I thought the Classo fight was good. The main event here was great. I thought the card in Ireland, I thought that card top to bottom was really good. It was a really, really good day of boxing, all on DAZN. I've had DAZN on since 12 noon to midnight, basically. I basically had it on for 12 hours straight. I stopped only to do the first show. So I stopped for 45 minutes or whatever to do the first show. Other than that, I've been watching boxing all day. I got a recliner. I don't even think I pushed the recliner in. I just had my feet out watching boxing all day. I got to get outside tomorrow and touch some grass and do something. No, I appreciate that, Colin. I appreciate people to come in and play the devil's advocate. Make me think. Take me out of my own echo chamber. I appreciate that. Bivol versus Beterbiev is a good convo. It is. That's a really good fight. I keep wanting to take Bivol because Beterbiev gets old and he's old, but like, I don't think it matters. Like, I still think I'm going to take Beterbiev. I want to take Bivol because Bivol is more skilled. Like, he's the more quintessential boxer puncher that I like. He's got tremendous skills, right? He's a complete fighter, and I want Bivol to win. If I had to put my money on it, I'm still probably taking Beterbiev. Ryan Hong says, I'm going to Martin Gale, Usyk to get even on my losses. What do we have next week? Is it just the kind of Ben card is next week? Or I know there's the Pro Box card I haven't looked at yet, which I'm going to look at. But is Conor Ben, is that the only big fight card we have next week? Is there anything? Does Top Rank have anything? Is there anything else next week? Does PBC still have boxing? I know they have the Keith Thurman fight coming up. Am I the only one that's taken Keith Thurman to beat Tim Tszyu? I'm going to take Thurman in that fight. I don't understand why that's like a crazy thing to say. Like, everyone's laughing at this fight. When has Keith Thurman ever not looked like a great fight? Josecito Lopez. Okay, fine. Outside of Josecito Lopez, has there ever been a time that Keith Thurman didn't look great? Honestly. I know he doesn't fight. You know, it's an Olympic year. You know, Keith Thurman's like the Olympics. Keith Thurman only fights once every 4 years. It's like a presidential election. I don't. Keith Thurman is an A++ fighter. Tim Tszyu ain't. Tszyu might actually. What are the odds on that? What are the odds? I bet you DraftKings will, if you contact DraftKings and you say Tszyu by death. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. I bet you DraftKings would make a line for that. I bet you they'd make a book for that. You want Tszyu by death? If you got, if Thurman doesn't die in the ring, it doesn't count. He can. Can he keep Bivol? Couldn't he keep Beterbiev? He kept Canelo off him, so it's possible. Can he keep Beterbiev off him? Beterbiev is a big, strong monster. Can he keep him off of him? You know, and he's got skills, and he's not slow, and he can Beterbiev is good. I want Bivol to win because I think Bivol's a better fighter, but I don't know. Plus 400. If you get plus 400, you would take Tszyu to kill Keith Thurman in the ring. Meant to hit send on. That's cool. No, that's cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm tired. You guys want to keep going? The stoppage in the women's fight. Were you guys cool with that? You guys cool with the stoppage in the women's fight? Like, I thought it was fine. I had no problem with it. Christina Cruz turned her back. You can't. You're in a fight. You can't do that, young lady. And I wanted to see Cruz win too, but that wasn't cool. Then the undercard. You guys see my boy Gregory Morales? Was anyone like me? Did anyone sit and watch all 12 hours of the Zone Boxing? Did anyone watch from the beginning of the prelims on the Lewis Crocker card and just watch straight through to the end? Did anyone else do that? Is anyone else? Fundora plus 220 looked like a real value play in retrospect. Yeah. No, that was a better performance. And that's why I don't like women's boxing. It's just so unpredictable to me. I don't like betting on it unless I'm 100% confident. And I was not confident in Fundora. And like Christina Cruz is 41 and she really hadn't fought anyone, but she looked good when she did. Like, I don't really like this fight. I'm not going to touch that. That's what I'm saying. She's 41. She's 41. It's old. Like, I'm 40, so I can say that. And I'm not trying to, I hate talking about women's age and weight and stuff, but like 41 is old. Plus 220 by stoppage. I bet. Plus 220 by stoppage. Yeah, I'm not touching the stoppages in a women's fight. Like, it's there's better bets. There are better bets. If you're looking to parlay something, or if you're just looking to make some money, there are better bets than Fundora and Cruz. Like I will show you. Like there's better ways. There's better ways to make money than that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying there's better ways to make money. What other big fights do we have coming up? What else is on the Conor Benn card? Anything we want to talk about on the Conor Benn card? You guys understand that the boxing bookie is now 11-2 so far this year. 11-2. So I'm saying we can consistently bring down the house. You also join my Patreon for $5 a month and show some love, show some support, and just get rich betting on boxing. Like it's the perfect time to just get rich and just make money. Everything you can quit your drop shipping, you can quit your whatever they got you doing, making rain cloud noise videos, and just make money. Go. You look good for 40, my man. Have a good night. I appreciate that. I'm gonna tell my wife I got a compliment tonight. Teofimo Lopez. Have a good night, Colton. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like and hit the like button on the way out too. Teofimo Lopez, Jermaine Ortiz. Oh, that's right. That's right. Jermaine Ortiz plus 400 is a real value. Yeah, like Jermaine Ortiz is good. You know what? Before I run my mouth, I'm gonna go back and watch some Jermaine Ortiz. I'm gonna go back and watch his 2 fights of note. You're right. Like, it's a good bet. Can he win? Before I say he can't win, I want to go back and study him a little bit more. Plus 400. You're right, Ryan. That's a good bet. That's a good value. Really is. That seems too wide. Like, Jermaine Ortiz arguably beat Loma. Like, my initial hunch off top of my dome is Tio wins. But before I say anything official, like I should really go back and rewatch. I don't need to watch the fight he had with Moran. I know how that goes. But Lomachenko and Herring, I want to go back, watch those 2 fights. Because Herring is not that shot. I saw Herring fight in November in New York City. I was there as media when he fought an undefeated prospect from Boston, Nick Molina. Not setting the world on fire as a prospect, but he had run together a 13-0 record, and he had created a name for himself in the Northeast. And Herring absolutely destroyed him, absolutely annihilated him in 1 round. And and Herring's not a hitter, right? So I don't think that he's totally done. So like in retrospect, that win that Ortiz has over Herring, it's a good win because Herring's not shot. Deal only look good because Josh Tell is even more watching him. I agree with Ryan 100% on that. I think everyone is just getting a little too, like, people are too bipolar on Tio. He went from the best thing ever to the worst thing ever back to the best thing ever. I agree. And I was a Josh Taylor fan. But no, I agree with Ryan. Josh Taylor is more shot than Tio is. He's been making that weight for way too long. Like, he's trained himself. He's killed himself to make 140 for way too long. And I think, like, the prime of his career, if Josh Taylor's career was cut short by those ridiculous weight cuts. Guys who have long careers, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, they don't cut 5,000 pounds. Like, that kind of is not good for you, and you're not going to have a long career. You can do it and do it well for a period of time, but those weight cuts are too drastic. And Josh Taylor's been doing it forever. Like, we've been saying since he fought Regis Prograis, that's probably it for him at 140. We've been saying for just as long that he can't make 140, as we've been saying Spence needs to stop making 147, right? And Spence might be shot now too. Like, we'll get a better indication of Spence the next time out, but there's a very good possibility that Errol Spence is shot. Like, he's never going to be the same again. We're going to wrap this up, guys. Appreciate y'all. Join the Patreon. I'm going to put the link in there one more time. Show some support. You get all types of free perks. It's just $5 a month. I got one more here. Golden says, man, what's your take on boxing versus MMA? If you're trying log off and not get into the long convo, that's cool. I I'm not really an MMA. Like, I don't hate MMA. I'm like one of these boxing fans. MMA is human cockfighting. I don't hate it. I just don't follow it. Like, I grew up. I love boxing. I grew up Pernell Whitaker. Like, that was what turned me on to boxing. I just like MMA. I don't have anything against it. I don't hate it. I do think it's a lesser art form. I think it's a lesser science. I don't hate it. If MMA is your thing, cool, cool. Like, I don't have a problem with it. But I think boxing is obviously a superior sport. I think they're more skilled. I think it's a harder sport, right? But I don't have any. I don't hate MMA. I agree. All right, I'm gonna get going, guys. I've been on for over 40 minutes again. I appreciate y'all. Join the Patreon. Follow me at 3 Boxing, 3 Boxing Blog, Wolf on social media. Also subscribe to my other channel, Texas Boxing Scene on YouTube. Texas Boxing Scene. It is January 28th, 2024. From Texas to the world. Thank you, and God bless.